In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. Genesis 1, verse 1 to 2. Demystifying the Holy Spirit. Notice something that is fantastic here. In the beginning, God created heavens and earth. If you look at verse 2, it says, now the earth, not the heavens. So the heavens were in order. Everything about the heavens was perfecto. Anything or everything that needed to be worked on the heavens was already perfected. But the earth, there was work that needed to be done. The earth contained formlessness, emptiness, and darkness. You are the earth of God, because the earth speaks of physical creation. Heaven speaks of spiritual creation, where we speak of the supernatural realms, spiritual realms, heavenly places. We speak of spiritual creatures and beings like angels, demons, rulers, powers, drones, and all those kind of deities. That one was already done. But when we come to the other physical, everything was not completed. It needed some certain form of activities. And you are the earth. The road has already finished with your spiritual life, with your heavenly nature. You get that? That is why you dream and you see who you are in the spiritual realm. There is no issue about that. The problem is the earth, this body, the real life, the physical life that we see. Now here we live where we live now in reality. You notice, life in reality, the earth, life in reality, the earth is formless. Yes. That is why we go to school to try to build a form. That's why we reason to many people speaking to us, because you are trying to create a form, because the general life, the way it is formless. You look at your financial life, you don't specifically have a perfect direction about career, about business. You are just trying, it's just like trials. It is in formless nature. It has not formed itself into something that can be tracked down. He says, and it was empty. If you look before you come to know God, before you experience the Holy Spirit, many people speak of there is a vacuum inside that person. There is a form of vagueness in life. You feel like there is a deep hole that is so vacuum, but you do not know what can fill it. You try education, you still feel it has not been filled. You try marriage, still no solution. You try money, money is not giving you what can fill there. You try everything that you know this world can provide, and you still end up by concluding no. There exists a certain form of emptiness, deep inside, emptiness, that you don't have anything that is available in this world you can use to fill that emptiness. And then he's saying, and darkness was over the surface of the deep, not surface of the earth, surface of the deep. If you sit down by alone, by yourself this way, there is a certain kind of aquagamayan or a mystery, that something inside you that does not have an answer. a mystery, something to inside you. You try to find its answer and you can feel it, but you feel there is no yielding into solutions. The darkness was over the deep. So deep inside you, you feel there is something that you don't have an answer to. You've noticed in all these other areas, you've been able to find a solution in all the other areas. Character, about equipping yourself with education, relationships and connections. You notice in everything else that you believe is towards excellence, you are perfected. But when you sit down this way, alone, there is something you feel inside you that you don't know what it is, but you feel it does not have an answer, because the darkness is in your deep. So number one, general life is formless. Then it is empty. There is a vacuum. There's a vacuum left by the things that have been not done light. And then there is darkness, mysteries of life, enigmas. There is an enigma inside you that is outside the understanding. And then he says, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. Notice here in verse 3. And God said, look here, this is the earth. Let us assume this is the earth. Now this earth here, it is formless, has no form, has no design, has no fashion. And then it is empty. There is nothing. And then deep in it is total darkness. There is no light. And then the Spirit of God is hovering. Then God said. So God said through the Spirit. When God said through the Spirit, there was creation. And God said that let there be first day, let there be second day, let there be third day, let there be fourth day, let there be fifth day, let there be, he was saying, let there be, because the Spirit of God was there to take the words of God and form and feel and light. So just the way you are, there is no hope, there is nothing, there is no faith, there is no love. Three things: formless, no hope; empty, no faith; darkness, no love. But when the Spirit of God is now there, then you speak. The Spirit speaks the spoken word and creates those words into things that will bring form, that will bring feeling, not longer empty, but bring fear, and then that brings right. So it is the Spirit of God that is going to take our prayers and create what we anticipate or expect from God. Holy Spirit is the heart of creation of God. The heart that God uses to create things, that heart is called the Holy Spirit. So, how is this Holy Spirit activated? The Bible says, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. The Spirit of God is activated through the waters. So what does that mean, waters? Waters means what? This always speaks of baptism. Remember, Peter says in 1 Peter, if I'm not wrong, Peter says, the word in the book of 1 Peter, chapter number 3 and verse 21. And this water symbolizes baptism that now saves you. You get that? So how is this Spirit he was hovering over the waters, not over the earth. So water, it speaks of baptism that saves, baptism that fulfills all